Hello, welcome to Strong and Slow Flow Yoga. So today we're going to be moving a little bit into the body, and then we're going to incorporate some core work and some nice kind of somatic grounding, stretching, and work at the end. So I'm excited. I hope you are too. Props today, maybe a block or two here, depending on how you are in your Warrior Three. Um, you can certainly do that with one. If you prefer to have two, you can. Otherwise, only one block. We will use the block when we come down to the floor for a couple things. And you'll want a strap. We will use that at the end as well. You can always use a folded blanket or a pillow for a knee cushion or to sit on as needed. So we will start nice and tall in our seat. So envision growing taller from the root or your tailbone all the way up through the crown to the top of the head. And as you sit here, knowing you can be crisscross applesauce, legs can be forward in front of you, you can sit back on the heels, whatever is good. Notice if there's anywhere that you could soften just a little bit more. So sometimes we carry tension in the jaw, even in the face, around the eyes, around the shoulders. Sometimes if I'm not paying attention, I have a tendency to grip my glutes when I sit. So notice if you're also gripping and see if you can release. And then bringing that awareness into the breath. As you inhale through the nose, can you find some expansion of the rib cage? And as you exhale through the nose, can you find a little bit more core engagement, kind of like a deflation, if you will? We'll do that again. Big inhale and expand. And exhale and deflate. Good. We'll take that into a few rounds of box breathing. We're going to do this 4 times. 4 is going to be our magic number today. So you want to inhale, hold, exhale, and hold for a 4 count. You can do this with eyes closed or open. If your eyes are open, I'm going to encourage you to kind of look forward and down a little bit. But if you must look at the screen, I will have my fingers up to let you know what round that we are on. So from here, take a big exhale to prepare. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Return to normal breath. Notice how you feel. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Inhale and reach up, touching the palms together. And exhale, hands in the heart center, creating an intention for your practice. What would you like to give or receive? Mine is gratitude. I just got back from a 10-day vacation in Ireland. We went to the whole island, north and south, and I am grateful that that was an amazing trip and we traveled safe. You can always come up with whatever it is that you need. And from here, once you're ready, inhale and we'll reach. Good. Let's get a nice side bend here. We're going to take it to the left. Shoulders and hips in alignment as best as you can. Taking that over. Nice long top arm. Really reaching here. Breathing and expanding into the rib cage. And then you choose from here, staying where you are, can always come out. You can side bend deeper. You can choose to open towards the back, or if a forward fold of the spine is okay, you can tuck the tailbone a little bit, round and roll, forehead in the direction of that knee, but not touching. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, coming all the way back up. And we'll reach. And we'll take it over and reaching over. Breathing and expanding. Nice long arm. And then you choose your path. Staying here, coming out. You can side bend deeper. You can open to the back, or you can see curve roll. You might do something different on this side than the other, depending on tightness or what you need. Sometimes when we sleep funny and get a kink somewhere in the back, we just got to do different things. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, coming up. And we'll reach, reach, reach. We'll rotate towards the left. Arms are going to come down, rolling shoulders back, looking a little bit more behind you. Breathing and expanding. Inhale to lift. Exhale, center. Inhale, exhale to the right. Arms down, rolling shoulders back, looking behind you. Breathing and expanding. And inhale, lift. Exhale, come to center. Take any little motion here that would feel good to you. So maybe some wrist rolls, maybe some shoulder rolls, kind of neck stretches, maybe some body waves if that would feel good, spinal roll, just kind of get whatever little movement would feel good. And once you're ready, we're going to come to all fours. So I like the blanket because it gives me knee cushion when I need it. And I don't think I need it today. But if you don't have that available, but you do have a mat, remember, you can always take the back part of your mat up. That'll give you a double layer. You can fold that again for a quadruple layer. And same thing for the wrist. Remember, not all wrists like this hyper extension here. So you can also build up and have the meaty part of your wrist here. That helps a lot of people. You can always also do what we're getting ready to do on forearms or your block. Wedges are also available as well. I've got several clients that use those and really like them. So, but if you're going to follow me, spread the fingers nice and wide, rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. Knees are going to be about hip width apart. They can be a little bit wider if you've got a cranky low back. Tops of the feet are going to be down here. Good. And then from here, I'm going to be protracted. So we're going to do a few things here before we do cat-cow. Protraction and retraction. So I'm protracted here. Okay. And then when I drop the sternum and the shoulders come by the ears, that's a retraction. So I'm going to protraction and retraction. And why is this important? Well, we want scapular mobility. We want these muscles and this joint to kind of move freely. And if we don't have a good protraction, if we're not strong there, then we don't typically have good form when we're trying to support our weight in weight-bearing exercises for the upper body. So you might start to collapse then in belly down back bends, down dog, plank, those kinds of things. So it really is important to have that. So if you need help remembering, think about protraction starts with a P, you're pushing away. Retraction starts with an R and you're releasing down. So protraction, retraction. Good. Now from here, when you're ready, we'll take this into the cat-cow. Inhale, chest comes forward, pelvis tilts back, maybe looking forward and up. And exhale, we'll push away, rounding, tucking the tail, looking towards the side. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And one more time. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. So we're going to take this into A little bit of a movement here. So I'm going to tuck my toes. Good. So with my upper body, with my shoulders and my hands, I'm going to push back. And when you push back here, you might get a little stretch in the feet. That's great. And then I want you to push with the feet to come back to your tabletop. So I'm pushing with the upper body to go back. I'm pushing with the feet to come forward. And this will make sense to you later in practice, but push with the upper body back, push with the feet to come forward. One more time, taking it back, push to come forward. Good, tops of the feet are down. Find a child's pose for yourself. Knees can be together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. You can take your arms long in front of you. You can take the hands to the ankle. Something else you can do here, if you want a little bit more into the shoulder or the armpit, you can come to the elbows, kind of taking a prayer position on the head. If you want something a little bit deeper than what that provides, take your block. Good. And you can put your elbows on your blocks. Good. And that will increase the intensity there if you would like. So you find what you need here. Everyone's different with different needs. Expand the rib cage, reconnect with your intention. And then once you're ready, good. We'll take the hands under the shoulders and we'll come back up. And we're gonna find our way to a downward facing dog here. So if you're a taller person, you can take the hands, half a hand's width or full hand's width forward. Shorter people like myself can stay right where they are. So again, you're gonna tuck the toes, you're gonna shift back. So you've got that pressure from the upper body. I'm pressing in and forward into the mat, rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. With that pressure, that's going to allow me to lift my knees and hips to the ceiling. Now, take a moment here to check in. For your lower body, I'm pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounds. Heels may or may not be grounded. Knees may or may not be bent. I'm still pushing in. I'm protracted. Shoulders are away from the ears. Elbows are going to turn towards the ceiling or towards your middle or pointer finger. That's going to give you more stability in the shoulder girdle here. Head and neck are free. Now from here, I'm going to bend my right knee. I'm going to press through that left foot or left heel. Now I'm going to press into the right foot as I lift and switching sides. And we'll do that again. So be mindful of your feet. I'm going to push now with the left side as I lift. Bending right knee, pressing back. And one more time to the other side. Push and lift, and take it back. Good. And now we'll lift and find down dog. From your downward facing dog, good. We're going to shift forward here into a plank. So knees can be lifted or grounded. You can take your feet back a little bit. So again, we're protracted here. Find that length. If you're lifted like I am, get your glutes and your thighs on line here. This isn't all just the abdominals. You can also lower the knees. So find what you need. Now let's flow from here, pushing with the upper body. You're going to shift back to down dog. From the down dog, push with the feet as you come forward, finding your plank. From your plank, upper body pushes back. From down dog, feet push forward into the plank. Good. Upper body pushes back, down dog. Maybe bring your feet in, find your true down dog. From that down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Keep a little bend in the knees here in this one. Shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. Good. Pressing through the feet and the legs. Good. Lift and lengthen halfway. Hands to the floor, your blocks, your shins, or your thighs. You want a long back here. Knees can be bent as needed. Exhale, and we're going to take that down. Let the knees bend. Let the head be free. One more time. Pressing down into the feet as you lift. That's where your power comes from. When you use your legs to lift, you keep it out of the back. So if you've got a back issue, that's going to be really, really important, and it's going to feel better. And then we're going to bend the knees and take it down. From here, pressing down into the feet and the legs. Back as long as you come up. Legs take the load. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding your breath, your mountain, and intention. All right, let's take a half sun salute here. Big inhale and we'll reach. Exhale, I'm gonna bend my knees as I come down. Inhale, press through the feet and the legs as I lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bend. Good. Rooting into the feet and the legs. Pressing all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we're going to take this now into two full sun salute A's. Two full sun salute A's. Watch your feet and your legs. When you fold, it's better to bend the knees than the hinge the hips back. Okay, that's a compensation from tight hamstrings. So try to get out of that habit pattern. It's really hard to get out of it. Practice bending the knees. It'll feel better. So from here, big inhale, exhale, and we'll bend. Fold. Pressing through the feet and the legs. Lift and lengthen halfway. Nice long back. Exhale, and we'll bow. From here, planting the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Elbows come straight back, not out to the side. So if you don't like the flow, remember you can always come down and do a cobra variation. You can practice that plank. You can child's pose or down dog. Flowing is always optional. From that downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Push with the feet. Step, hop, or walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs, we'll rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain, intention. And again, inhale and we'll lift. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Planting the hands. Step or hop back to plank, you choose. Take or skip a flow. Take a breath, reset yourself. Bring back to gratitude that we're able to move our bodies. From downward facing dog, bend the knees, look forward. Step, walk, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, pressing through the feet. Exhale, and we'll bow. Pressing through the feet and the legs. We're going to take it all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding the breath, and mountain, intention. All right, we're going to take this into sun salute B. This is going to be a modification. We're going to add a warrior 2 into this. So if you don't have any back issues, you're more experienced, please feel free to step the feet and the legs together. Those of you that do have a back issue or maybe just a little bit newer to flow, then I'm going to encourage you to take your feet and legs hip width apart, hips, knees, and toes track forward no matter where you're going. Zipping up that front line of the body from the pubic bone to behind the navel. We're going to sit back into a chair. Take your shoulder or your arm to where your shoulders will allow. So if you don't have the range of motion to be up here, just take them where you do have them. If you're hip width apart like me, make sure hip, knees, and toes are tracking in that alignment. Knees are not falling in or falling out. Still pressing into the big toe and pinky toe mounds of both feet. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale and we'll fold with the knees bent. Pressing through the feet and the legs. Lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Planting the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. I'm going to modify this one. To give an example of where you can go here. Good. From your beautiful downward facing dog, left leg is going to lift 3 points, bend that knee. Good. You're going to push with that right foot and leg as you step or pick up and put the left foot forward between the hands. Now, choose what your body needs you to do here. Not everybody's hips and back like a warrior 1 stance. So if that's you, stay in parallel railroad tracks. You can be up here in a high crescent. Okay, if you don't have those issues from that right hip, everything's going to turn out 45-ish degrees. Pressing through the heels and the legs, that's where your power is. We'll come up. Front hip comes back maybe just a smidge. A little bit. There we go. Zipping up that front body. Good. Maybe we open our hearts to something new today. A new thought. A new activity. Something new to be grateful for. Then we'll come back up, reaching. Good. I'm going to lengthen the front leg. Good. So I'm going to change my alignment a little bit here for my warrior two. I'm going to take this foot back a little bit. Good. And then once I'm set there, my front hip's going to come back. Good. I'm going to let that front knee bend. I'm going to keep my hips where they are as I open the chest, finding the warrior two. So my hips are not squaring off to the side here. Good. If you're used to practicing with that square off, try it this way. See if it feels better on your back and your hips. See if your knee even feels better with it. Good. Gaze off the tip of the front middle finger. Inhale, exhale. We're going to cartwheel that down. Good. Swivel up the back foot if you took a warrior position. Front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip a float. Always okay to modify. Good. Now, we're going to take that to the other side. I'm just going to turn to the other side just so that my back side is not to you. So from here, right leg's going to lift 3 points. Good. Pushing with that back left leg, I'm going to step or pick up and put that right foot forward between the hands. Heel is always on the floor. Good. You choose parallel or a warrior press. Find the position that works best for your hips and your back. Press through the feet as you rise. Good. Front hip can come back. Relax the shoulders. Knee tracks towards pinky toe if you have it bent. So always remember, you can always lengthen this leg if you've got a knee that just doesn't want to do that. And then zipping up, open. Good. Now, think of a second thing you can open your heart to today. But if one thing is all you've got room for today, based on what you've got going on in your life, stick with that one. Once you're ready, good. We'll come back up. Nice warrior one. I'm going to lengthen my leg. I'm going to change my back position here a little bit for my warrior two. Good. Front hip's going to come back. Good. That'll make the back hip come forward. I'm going to bend that front knee. Good. And then without moving my hips, just from the torso. Good. I'm going to reach warrior two. Gaze off the tip of the front finger. Relaxing the shoulders. Good. Can you get into the heels here? Can you press into big toe and pinky toe mounds while lifting up the toes? Good. Get into your muscles. Make your muscles work. And then once you're ready, inhale, exhale. We'll cartwheel that down, framing the front foot with the hands. Swivel up the back foot if you took warrior. Front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good. Now, from here, from your down dog, we're going to drop down to our knees. Good. And you can take another child pose here if that would feel good to you. I'm just going to take one briefly. It always just feels so good. And then once you're ready, we're going to come to forearms. So if you're someone that needs more space for a forearm plank, whether your knees are going to be on the floor or lifted, remember you can always take your forearms here on your blocks. Okay. If you don't need that, then you don't need that. I'm just going to use them today because they're here. Good. Otherwise, if you're going to do a knee down forearm plank, this is where you're going to be. Okay. Knees are behind the hips. Good. You want to protract again. So you're pushing away from the floor, or you can be lifted. Good. Now, if you're lifted again, get the glutes, get the thighs on board. And then when you're ready, good. From the upper body, you're going to shift back into a dolphin pose. And it's okay to bring the feet in here. And then from here, good, I'm going to take that down to my forearm plank. From the forearm plank, I'm gonna lift up, dolphin pose. Head does not touch the floor in dolphin. Shoulders away from the ears in dolphin. Good, take that back down to the forearm plank. And then once you're ready, drop those knees, find a child's pose. Glad to be out of there a little bit. I'm gonna move my blocks out of the way here, and we're gonna have a seat. So going into a little bit of core work since we're on the ground. Your knees can be bent here or legs long. This is probably gonna be a little bit harder. You can keep your arms forward, or you can take your hands to your heart center. It doesn't really matter what you would like to do there, but we're gonna keep a flat back as we go back and forward. So this is kind of core strengthening here. So zipping up, good. I'm gonna lean back, and you wanna find that point of control. So their point of control is that point where you feel like you either need to keep going back or your feet need to come up. And once you're at that spot, and everybody's at a little bit of a different spot, then with the chest and the abs, exhale, you're gonna come back up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now it's also important when you do this, you don't let the head hang back here in space. Keep a point forward, keep your gaze on that. Inhale, exhale. Now, you can take that back, or you can watch. You can stay here. Maybe you bring knees in, if they're not there already. Maybe you lift, maybe you release. You can stay here. You can play. Out to the side. Reach, reach, reach. Long back, long back, long back. And when you're ready, feet can come back down. You can come back up. Take the legs forward. Long back if you need to do that, or round if that's okay for you. Find yours. A little bit of a challenge there. And then once you're ready, we'll come back up. You can cross the ankles, come forward, find a down dog. If you would like to move forward into a vinyasa flow, feel free to do so. Otherwise, I'm gonna hang out right here for a moment. And once you find yourself back in your down dog, reconnect with your good down dog form. So pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounds. Knees can be bent for long. Good. I'm protracted from the shoulders. So shoulders are away from the ears. Elbows are turning more towards the ceiling or that pointer and middle finger. Head and neck are free. From your downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, press with the feet as you come forward. Lift and lengthen halfway, pressing down into the feet again. Exhale, we'll bend the knees and we'll fold in. Once you are ready, again, pressing into the feet and the legs, we're going to come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding the breath, the mountain, the intention. All right, we're going to take this into a warrior three. This is just basic warrior three. You can use your blocks here. If you're going to use one block, you're going to have that block in the center, just like this. If you're going to use both blocks, I'm going to recommend at the high setting, okay? So grounded warrior three is not about being all the way to the floor, because you're trying to eventually get yourself to the full warrior three where you don't touch the floor, okay? So you want your blocks to be high if you're going to use them. Otherwise, we'll start on the left side, left hip, knee, and toe track forward. Be very mindful when you do this. If you come forward and this happens and you're like, this does not feel good to me, well, look down. If you're turned inward, that's not going to feel good to anybody. That's going to hurt your back, your hip, your knee, and even your ankle in some people. So make sure that you're nice and parallel, hip, knee, and toe, always tracking forward. So that being said, left side, zipping up. Good. And then hands can be where you're going to take them. So if you're going to take them down to your block here, this is where you can be. Try to be a light touch. Remember, they're just there for stability. They're not there for weight bearing. Good. And then your right leg is going to come back. Right hip, knee, and toe face the floor. Turning out like this is a different pose. That's not warrior three. Good. Now, if you've been here on the blocks for a while, press a little bit harder into that leg. See if you can release. And then you can practice arms out to the side, the back, anywhere that feels good to you. Stay with the breath. And then when you're ready, a little bend in that left knee and right foot can come up to meet the left. Shake out that left side. We're going to do that again on the right side. So again, mindful of your form, hip, knee, and toe of the right foot track forward. They don't turn inward. And when you're ready, good. Take it to maybe grounded warrior 3. Left hip, knee, and toe face the floor. And maybe you're lifted. Good. Find what feels good to you here. Could you grow it a little taller? Could you stay with the breath? When you're ready, get a little bit of a bend in that knee and coming back up and shake out that leg. Good. So we're going to flow to the floor. I'm going to make sure that I've got one block handy and my strap is also within reach. So coming down here, big inhale and we'll reach. Exhale and we'll bend and we'll fold. Pressing through the feet and the legs, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bend and we'll bow. Planting the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Once you've completed that through to your down dog, we'll drop the knees and we'll come up to a seat. Good. So I'm just going to bring my blanket back in here to sit on for this one. Okay. So we're going to take this into a hip opener, shoulder opener, and a twist, kind of a 3-in-1 position. So if, for example, the cow face Gomukhasana legs, which is kind of like this number, some people also call it helicopter, is just not accessible to you, skip that part and just go to crisscross applesauce. Just be mindful what leg is your inside leg and what leg is your outside leg. Okay, so I'm going to start with this left one. I'm just going to kind of bring this in here. Good. My right leg is going to cross over top. So if your knees are not in a perfect stack, don't worry about that. Do what you can. If you're way jacked up here, can't do that. You need to be in crisscross applesauce. You're not ready for this one quite yet. Sitting up nice and tall, arms out. Right arm on top of the left. You can hug yourself if you need to do that, or you can wrap. If you're wrapping or hugging, you can lift up and down. And if you're wrapped, you can kind of move forward and back, finding your sweet spot. Those of you that are in the Gomukhasana legs like myself, could you squeeze those thighs together just a little bit more? And then from here, good, we're going to twist to the right. And you're not going to twist very far here, but do keep expansion in the rib cage. And then once you're ready, we'll come back to center. We'll undo the arms. We'll shake that out. And we'll undo the legs. So if you need to kind of shake them out, pat them out, do what you need to do, we're going to do that all to the other side. So now my right leg is going to be my bottom leg. Left leg is going to be on top. Good. Be where you need to be. Arms out. Left arm on top of the right. You can hug. You can wrap. Find it where you need to find it. Sitting up nice and tall, growing from tail to crown. And then when you're ready, we're going to take that little rotation towards the left. So gratitude was your intention as it was mine. You know, ask yourself, what are you grateful for? I'm grateful for the ability to travel. I'm grateful for the ability to teach and practice yoga and Pilates. I'm grateful that I can help many women as a perimenopausal health coach. Inhale, exhale, coming back center. Release the arms, stick that out, and release the legs. Okay, we are going to come onto our backs now. So this is what you need the strap and the block for. I'm going to take my flip out here. So just have everything within your reach, easy reach. And as you come back, maybe making any clothing adjustments as needed, rolling the shoulders back, taking the feet as wide as your mat here, zip up through that center line from the pubic bone behind the navel, and we're just gonna get a little bit of a psoas muscle release here. So I'm just gonna let the knees go side to side, opposite hip will come up when you do that. If the center line is properly engaged, you should not be able to flop or plop. It should be very controlled. And the next time you come to the right, we're gonna hold it over there. Left hip will come up a little bit. Make sure everything feels okay on that left side, the back, the hip, the knee. If not, you wanna come out of here. And then we'll bring the knees back in the center. We'll take the knees over to the left. Right hip will come up a little bit here. Everything needs to feel okay on the right side, the back, the hip, the knee. If not, you'll want to come out. And then once you're ready, good, we'll come back up. Good. And then bring this back in. Okay, so from here, we're going to take your block. You want the block on the lowest setting or the medium setting. We don't want to be any higher than that. So we're going to press through the feet. We're going to take that block right under the tailbone. You want to make sure you're under that sacrum and tailbone. We don't want to be in here in the lumbar. Okay. And for a moment, just roll the shoulders back. Just kind of enjoy this little modified inversion here, pressing arms and shoulders into the floor. So we don't want to be rounded up here. We want to press them down and back. So this is scapular stability. Scapular stability, also important, like scapular mobility. And then once you're ready, good, zip up through that center line. Good. The left knee is going to come into tabletop, and then the right knee is going to come into tabletop. Good. So we're going to go to toe hovers. So we're going to try not to change the angle at the knee. You're only going to change it at the hip. So starting on that right side from the hip, I'm going to come down to a hover. There's my inhale. Exhale, bringing that back up. Left side, inhale down. Exhale up. Right side, inhale down. Exhale up. Accidentally tapped there. Good. Inhale down, left side. Exhale back up. One more time, each side. Right side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, if that was hard enough for you, you're going to do a few more just like that. Those of you that want more challenge, zip the legs together. We'll double time it from the hips. Inhale down. Exhale up. Press through those shoulders and arms. Inhale down. Exhale up. Also watch the pelvis. It doesn't rock. Inhale down. Exhale up. And one more time. Inhale down. And exhale up. Good. Separating the feet. Right foot can come down. Left foot will come down. Press the feet. Lift the hips. Remove that block. Good. From here, take your right knee into the chest or through the shoulder, wherever it is that you can do that. Left leg can stay bent or come long. Really squeeze it in here. So this movement is really good for stimulating the colon. So if you're a world traveler or maybe just in the United States, but you travel through different time zones often and you get off schedule, this can be great to help stimulate. Good. Now we'll bend the left knee if it wasn't already. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Good. Going into figure 4, this might be it. You might bring it in closer to the chest. You might thread it through here. You can choose to rock this if this feels good to you. find yours. And then when you're ready, good. You can gently stay in the figure four, but taking the left foot back down to the floor. Good. I'm going to cue a figure four twist. If that's not for you, you can undo the legs and just do your basic twist to the left, trying to keep right shoulder grounded. And you're looking to the right. And coming back to center. Good. Use your abdominals to bring everything back to center. While we're here, grab your strap. Right foot, right strap. Try not to hit yourself in the head with your strap. Good. And then from here, choose your grip. So a lower grip is going to be a little bit more gentle. A higher grip is going to be a little bit more intense. So be mindful of the intensity you need. The left knee can be bent or taken long. Keeping a micro bend in that right knee, we're just going to bring that leg in towards the face. Upper body stays on the floor. Pain, numbness, tingling, burning, not normal sensations. So you want to back off. If you feel any of those. And releasing tension through the face. And we'll release both pieces of the strap into the right hand. The left hip and left shoulder are going to stay on the ground as we take that right leg out to the right, kind of wiggle around, find your best spot. The left hip is popping up, you're too far to the right. Remember, another way to look at this is the standing balance version that we do of this one. It's exactly the same, you've just taken balance out of it. And you come back up. Good. From here, remove that foot from the strap. Good. And we're going to do that all to the other side. So coming back to the left side now, the left knee is going to come into the chest or towards the shoulder. Right knee can be bent or extended long. Really give it a squeeze. And then from here, once you're ready, you can back off of that. Good. Right knee can bend. Left ankle is going to come onto that right knee for figure four. You can stay here. You can bring it into the chest. You can thread it through. Find yours. You're welcome to rock. And then once you're ready, good, we're going to release. Take that down. Good. You can undo here if you need to for your twist, or you can stay in the figure four, taking it over to the right, trying to keep left shoulder grounded as you look to the left. And you might notice that this feels very different from one side to the other. The side in this position is very different for me than the right side. It's all normal. We just don't want any pain, numbness, tingling, or burning. No holding the breath. When you're ready, we'll come back up. Good. Taking your strap, left foot will come into the strap. Good. Right knee can stay bent or leg can be long. Find the grip that's appropriate for you. Upper body will stay grounded. Good. Left knee will stay micro bent. Turning to breath and intention always. And we'll gently release both pieces of the strap into the left hand, keeping right hip and right shoulder grounded as you take that not the right, the left leg out to the left. Wiggle in around, finding your best spot. And we'll take that back up and release that foot. And take both knees into the chest. We'll gently rock side to side. And we're going to go into a little Shavasana from here. So I'm going to bring my blanket back in here for a little neck pillow. You can take your legs long, letting everything flop open if that feels okay. If not, you can always put a bend in the knee for constructive rest. You can also be on your side or on your belly. Maybe being on your back just doesn't feel good to you. And so it doesn't make sense to stay there if it doesn't feel good to you in Shavasana. You can't relax if you don't feel good. So find a good comfy position for you. And then from here, see if you can make yourself about 10% more comfortable. And I'll leave you here for a few short moments, sinking in, coming back to intention in the breath. And taking some deep breaths in, knowing you can stay here as long as you'd like. Choosing stillness, or a wiggle of the fingers to toes, maybe head and neck from side to side. Choosing stillness, you can take the knees into the chest and maybe moving any props out of the way and finding a nice full body stretch. And then when you're ready, bending in both knees, when you choose, rolling over to the right or left side that works best for your body in this moment, taking all the time that you need. And when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Maybe the same one that we started with, maybe a different one. From that tall seat, noticing how you feel. Hopefully it's with more ease than when we began. Palms turning up, inhale, reach and lengthen, touching the palms together as you bring those hands down, touching the thumbs to the forehead for good and true thoughts. The lips for good and kind words, and to the heart for open and loving hearts. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted, no gain is ever reversed. May you be safe, may you stay well. May you have a wonderful day, evening, week, month, season ahead. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. And if you liked this practice, please like it, please share it, make a nice comment, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.